Hello, good morning. Hello, Caitlin. Hello, Felicia, Susie, Bart, Study Nahango, Eliana. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so Caitlin, thank you very much for doing that list. That's awesome. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. Okay, hi, Katie. Welcome, welcome. So we're going to start with taking a nice deep breath for a second. Just take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth and get yourself nice and calm. And relaxed. Okay, my daughter's coming out this morning sometime for me, so this is only going to be a fairly quick, short session. Of course, 10 people plus the mods, of course. And then whatever donations and that come through. Don't forget to check out the pinned link or the links down below so you know details and everything. Remember to think about your question. What question is going to be really important to you at this time in you being empowered on your journey? So make sure you've read the disclaimer down below. Make sure if you're new here, welcome, welcome. And make sure you've read the disclaimer because there are some readings that I will not do. Make sure that you know that there are some questions that I will not answer. That's the way I work. Every reader works differently. Okay, so you get 2 free cards for your free reading. The mods, of course, get a little extra. But basically, you get 2 free cards if you're new, if you're non-mod. So you'll get 2 free cards. If you want more than the 2 free cards, don't forget that you can donate any amount. And it does support the channel. It does allow me to keep coming back and doing these lives for you. Okay, so we're taking a nice deep breath and we're thinking about questions. Right, so we want questions from Caitlin, Felicia, and Susie. So Felicia, I need your question as well, please, and Susie's question. So I do 3 at a time for those that don't know. So when I've done one, then once I've done Caitlin, then Bart can put his question in. Once Felicia's done, Study Nahango can put their question in, etc. Okay, so 3 at a time. And as I do one, the next person can put their question in. Okay, so just take a second, just take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, and let's start. Caitlin. Right, let's have a look. I did see your question here. Okay, you're thinking about a pet. So it won't be what type of pet, but what their personality is like. Be more about what their personality will be like. Okay, so I'm going to use the Animal Wisdom Tarot. Okay, what type? Oh, interesting, because we have Ram. So straight away, as I'm talking about what type of energy the animal is, I do feel like they're going to be quite, you want someone who's quite independent, I suppose, sort of in control of their journey. Feel like they're a leader in some sort. It feels like you might get a bit of a pack leader. Interesting, because I get 5 of branches, so it might be an animal that causes a little bit of conflict. Could be a challenging animal. Could be something that's quite challenging. Oh, I think you need to be very aware. I don't know why, but I'm just getting a very strong, it's very weird. I'm getting an animal that's quite challenging for you, Caitlin. Yes, pretty girl. Welcome, welcome. So, Caitlin, yes, you do get a sense of an animal that's quite just be careful. I do feel like you could get an animal that's quite conflicted, because we got this with the 9 of feathers. So you got one that's quite stress causing you a little bit of stress. Quite interesting here, Caitlin, because I do get that one of just being quite one of conflict, one of challenges, where you're going to have to be quite strong, Caitlin. Quite strong. I feel like you're going to have to be quite strong, quite dominant. You're going to have to be quite strong with this animal, because I do feel like you're going to have a pet that's quite dominant or quite independent, and it's going to cause you a little bit of stress, a little bit of conflict, but you have to be quite strong with it. I think that's what's coming into your life. Yeah, I think you're going to have to be very careful about the type of animal that's coming in, because I do get one where you're going to have to be quite strong. You're going to have to be quite dominant. And the reason why I say that is with the sear of branches, I do get that one where you're going to have to really sort of, yeah, I do feel like a sense of like you have to use your passion, your creativity to sort of be quite challenging. So, yeah, I do feel like you just have to be very wary of, I do feel like you've got an animal that's coming in that's quite conflicted. I think maybe they've dealt with some drama in the past, and so you're going to have to be quite firm, quite strong, definitely be very passionate with it. But, yeah, do get an animal that's sort of quite strong. So it may be because they've dealt with stuff. So that was sort of quite interesting. You're welcome, Caitlin. Right. Next, Felicia. Right. Let's have a look. Felicia. So if you donate, please just let me know. Okay, will I be able to get my any job from S? Okay, so we're using a yes and no question here. So if you've read the disclaimer down below, if you use a yes and no question, you're going to get the angel answers. That's why it's important to know to read the disclaimer down below. Okay, will you be able to get any job? Yes. Yes, you'll get a job. Let's see if the angels have any other message for you. Will you be able to get a job from S? Let's see if the angels have any other message for you. Yes. It feels very positive. When we're talking about improving health in regards to this situation, it feels like it's going to be a very positive energy. It feels like it's going to really help you get where you need to be. So it does say, depending on, of course, what action you choose to take. It depends on what action you choose to take. But yes, it does definitely say that, and it is going to be about improving your health. It does feel like it's going to be a very positive energy for you. But of course, it depends on what action you actually take. You know, don't sit back on your laurels. You know, there are some things that you may need to do, and maybe you're doing them, and so the energy at this time is yes, you'll do it. But remember, things can always change. Right, next on the list was Susie. I did see your question here. I love these questions. What is your spirit guide? Okay, with your spirit guide, I feel like I'm going to use the crystal power for you. You're welcome, Felicia. You're welcome. Oh, Susie, as soon as I was thinking about your question, cards flew out. Why am I getting 4 cards for the mods today? Okay. Interesting. Okay, I'm getting a lot about being spiritually guided with the star here. You're inspired and positive about the future. So I think it's very much about your thoughts about where you're headed is really important. What do you want to manifest? What do you want to bring into your life? It does feel like you're very much spiritually guided, and it's about trust. And I do feel like you trust that guidance. It feels like you're being led in the right direction. With the 9 of Wands, it's very much about perseverance. Keep going. Don't give up. You're a very strong person, Susie. It says, I am strong for as long as I need to be strong. You're strong when you need to be. So it feels like that you're a person who sort of can be able to sort of do what you need to do in the moment, and that's really important for you. And so that's, I think, about trusting your intuition. See yourself where you're being guided. Trust where you're being guided is super important here. 9 of Pentacles, it feels like there's a gain for you, but it is also about nurturing yourself in many ways. Taking some time out for yourself is certainly really important. I take the time I need to nurture myself is super important here. And the last one is 4 of Pentacles. Know that you're always safe. And it feels like you're protected. You're creating a sense of stability and foundations in your physical world, your well-being. Super important. It feels very much about your well-being, your sense of where you're going physically. You're able to create some foundations of where you want to be next, and you're able to have that gain, that sense of pampering yourself, taking care of yourself. Super important here. That sense of perseverance. Keep going. You're doing the right thing. You're on the right path. And it's very much about trusting your spiritual guidance, where you're guided. I feel like there's a light shining the way you're going. So I think that's really important for you, Susie, to really just acknowledge that, acknowledge where you are and what you're doing. Trust in your guidance, acknowledge where you're being guided. Super important there. Okay. So yeah, that's it. You're welcome. Okay. Next. You're welcome, Susie. Okay, next question I have from Bart. Okay, Bart, have I got your question? Okay, so how's your Bart? Okay. So next is study Nahonga's question and then Eliane. So have I got Nahonga's question as well? Nahonga, I need your question. I've got Eliana's and Katie. Right, how's your friendship with Drew? I'm actually going to get the dragon. Why am I getting dragon tarot? Make sure I put all the cards out of the box. Okay, how's your friendship with Drew so far? Study Nahango, make sure you've read the description box down below. That question, I won't be intruding in that third person's thoughts and ideas. So you need to change your question slightly. Please make sure you've read the description box down below. And the type of questions I will and will not answer. It intrudes in someone else's thoughts when you're asking how someone else is thinking about you. Okay, how's my friendship with Drew? How's your friendship with Drew? Let's have a look. 8 of Pentacles. It's interesting because I get that sense of it's okay. So, but how's your friendship with Drew? It feels like there is a sense of with the 8 of Pentacles. So you've got something that sort of takes a little bit of, maybe a little bit of work, maybe something that takes a bit of a commitment to it, and there's a bit of focus. But it does become with success. Okay, with the 6 of Wands. Tells me it's successful, it's victorious. It's a relationship that may have its challenges. It may take a bit of commitment, a bit of hard work, but it is one of success. It is one that's really positive. It does feel like it's a positive energy. With the 4 of Swords, I do get a sense of stability of the mind. Like it's a relationship that's quite stable. Like even though it might be a little bit of hard, it might be a little bit of work, a little bit of commitment, a little bit of sense of a bit of focus on the relationship. Like it's a relationship that you sort of need to sort of focus, a friendship that you need to focus on. But it does feel very victorious. It does feel very successful. But and with the 4 of Swords, I get that sense of stability of the mind is what I got here. I get a sense that it's quite a stable, mindful relationship. Like it's a relationship that's very stable in its thoughts and its ideas and its direction it's moving into. Now, it's interesting because I get the Empress one here. I get the Empress as well. And so I get that sense, Bart, that it's a relationship that's bountiful. It's abundant. It's creative. It gives birth to other things. So it is a relationship that's really sort of developing and within you. Okay, it is a relationship that grows and develops. So there you are. Okay, let's have a look. How are we doing? Next is Nonga. Right. Study. Right. How's your relationship? Right. Let's have a look. How's your relationship? Okay. How's the relationship? Let's do the Moon and Stars Tarot. Okay. How's your relationship? Ooh. That was interesting. I got one of nourishment. Okay. It's a relationship that nourishes the soul. Very secure. Okay, it's a relationship that's very nourishing and is very secure in the way it's going. So it feels like it's a relationship that gives, like, there's a lot going on. There's abundance and bounty. Feels like it's sort of giving birth to new things. It's very creative energy going on, and it feels like it's a relationship that's very secure. It opens up to new opportunities in many ways. Okay, so there is that sense of, yeah, a very positive type of relationship. It does feel like it's a very positive relationship moving into things. Okay, so it does feel like it's a relationship that's very, very nourishing and very secure, but you just have to believe in it. I think it comes down to belief. No doubt. You don't need to doubt the relationship. Okay, it's not something that you need to doubt. 2 spots left. Okay, study, right. Okay, next is Eliane, which I did see their message there. Okay, so how am I doing? So I've got Eliane, then Katie. Okay, and Alexandra. Okay, then Pretty Girl and Kay. And then Svetlana. Okay, and Blessed One. Right. What are the positive changes that my guides want me to look forward to in September? And I'm going to use the angel one for this one. Now, you may have noticed I've been using a lot of decks, Cisco decks. Some of them are by Jane Wallace, by the way. Okay, so what are the positive changes that your guides want you to look forward to in September? Oh, okay, so what flew out? Whew. Okay. First card was to be very aware of what you're juggling. Okay, once you're aware of what you're juggling and what your priorities are, what's important, how do you balance your physical aspects within your life? It's very much about juggling, very much about balance, trying to balance out your well-being, balancing out your life in general is really important here. Being able to give yourself the freedom to giving yourself the freedom to move forward in your journey. I think that's very important. Giving yourself permission to take care of yourself, to nurture your sensitivities, to nurture your emotions. Super important. Now, the extra card flew out, so I just brought it in. So, Lani, very important for you to look at what are you juggling. That's the important thing. And once you're aware of what you're actually juggling and you're giving yourself the permission to move forward on your journey, to be able to create a sense of stability, foundations being built in your passions and your I want to say home life. I'm actually getting very strong sort of home life sort of energy here. So being able to give yourself permission to do what you need to do within your own home, and you're able to sort of nurture your emotions, super important right here. Okay, so make sure you take care of your emotions. Make sure you take care of your emotional needs. Nurture your emotions. Nurture, take care of yourself. Super important. Oh, you're welcome, Lani. Right. Next on the list. Okay. Are we just about finished the list, Caitlin? I mean, we're just about. No, Katie, I'm about to do you now. Right. So, Alexandra, Pretty Girl, and Kay. Can I have your questions? Alexandra, Pretty Girl, and Kay. Okay, it's more of a general energy on a current job and ways to improve your finances. Interesting. Okay, that was kind of interesting. I'm going to use the Angel Tarot cards by Radleigh Valentine for some reason. Okay, so ways to improve your finances. How can Katie improve her finances right now? Okay. Ooh, interesting. Page of Earth. And with the Page of Earth, I get that sense of asking for, I want to say asking for support. It feels like there's a lot to learn and discover in regards to your finances. So I feel like you need to ask, you need to get some help from someone to help with the budget and things like that, help with budgeting. Because we get 4 of fire here. So I get the sense of having a commitment, a contract in regards to your finances. I think there's a sense, or an agreement, not really a contract, but more of an agreement to what you're going to do. So I get that sense of budgeting is going to be really important here. There's a lot for you to learn and discover about your finances. So I do get a sense of maybe having some sort of budget sheet or budget, some sort of book that you write your incomes and outgoings to, and you sort of budget how much you can do each week so you don't overspend. I think that's really important. I do get the sense that there's a lot for you to learn and discover in regards to your finances, which is really, really important here. And that could be in regards to work as well. Like there is that sense is that you're still a lot to learn in regards to your current job. And with the 4 of fire, it feels very much like a commitment, a sense of an agreement of what's next for you in regards to those areas are in your life. It does feel like you seem to have that agreement within yourself. It's not necessarily agreement with other people. It's more about an agreement within yourself about where you're going to be. What's your commitment? What are you going to learn and discover? What's next for you? It comes from your own agreements, your own commitments, and where you're going. And you talked about your job, so it could be contract, which is why I got the word contract earlier. The contract could be about your job. So maybe there is some contract issues or something that you need to look at in regards to your contract. Could be super important here. Hi, Jean. How are you? Welcome, welcome. So, yeah, super important is here. Okay, so this can take you a minute to sort of think about, what your commitment is, what's your, what are you connected to in regards to your finances, what's next for you. Okay. Right. So have I got questions from Alexandra, Pretty Girl, and Kay? So have I got some questions there? Let me have a skizzy back. Okay, so Alexandra, did I have a question from you? General. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome, Katie. You're welcome. Right, so let's have a look. A general reading. Okay, so what am I going to do here for you? Sorry, I'm looking for a particular deck. Here it is. Elemental Wisdom. Whoa! Nearly dropped. Do not want to drop that out of the way, please. Right, so I'm going to do Elemental Wisdom Tarot for you. Same people who do the Dark Mansion. It was given to me as a gift, this one. Okay. General reading for Alexandra. So what does Alexandra need to know right now? Okay, Alexandra, what have I got for you? What do you need to know? Interesting. King of Cups. So I get the sense of I think there's a thought about some adventures and things going on. It does feel like there's some thoughts. And I do get a connection with someone who's very passionate, very creative energy. So you've got 2 of Cups, which is about that connection. That sense of balancing out your emotions is sort of really important. Now, you've got some sort of connection. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean romantic, but it could be a relationship on some level. So you've got someone who's coming in who's very creative, who's very passionate, full of adventure. I'm getting someone who's very adventurous energy. So I just keep getting adventures, like someone who's ready to take on the world sort of energy. Someone who's very bold, very dynamic. So you've got someone who's coming into your life right now who's very bold, who's very loud in many ways. I do feel like he's a very, I do feel like he's got a lot to, he's very bubbly and he's got a lot to say in a way. But I also get someone who's, there is a sort of an airy energy about, like he's got this thoughts going on. He's got a lot of thinking going on in a way. I do have with the king being someone who sort of thinks about things. So he's thinking about his creative energy. He thinks about being bold and being, you know, and what he's doing energetically. I do feel like there's a lot of thought going into that, into what he's doing. Like everything's planned in a way with his adventures. I do feel like he's someone who very much plans his adventures. But yeah, I do get someone who's quite adventurous though. So I do feel like you've got a connection with someone who's very adventurous coming into your life right now. So it's something that you need to sort of be aware of or be open to. Be open to this connection is what I'm getting here. Being open to this sort of connection is super important for you right now. You know, don't close yourself off to the possibilities. Right. So the main list is actually closed. I do need to sort of think about I'm not quite sure when my daughter's coming, so I do need to be aware of that. I do need to check. So I am just sort of quick. Just make sure my daughter hasn't messaged me. No, that's all good. Right, Alexandra. You're welcome. Right, next was Pretty Girl. So Jean, so I've got Pretty Girl K, Svetlana, Blessed One, Shopaholic, and Jean, and the list is closed. Only because I've got my daughter, my grandson and my daughter coming at some stage, so I do need to make sure that I'm not cutting you off in the middle of all that. So, oh yeah. Connection with Amanda. So what's going on with this connection? Right, I'm going to use the Oceanic Tarot for you. What's going on with this connection? What's going on with this connection? Let's have a look. Okay, so what's going on with this connection? Deep breath. What's going on with this connection? Oh, there it goes. And there's the other one. That was interesting. Pretty Girl. She got 3 cards for you. Okay, so in regard to the relationship with this connection, what's actually going on with it? Okay, I feel like you are in this mode of feeling there is a defensive energy. I'm getting a very defensive energy from this relationship. I feel like there's some sort of defending of it, but it does bring out some opportunities to learn and discover. There's more to discover, more to learn about this connection. But I do feel like there's a sense of, I'm just getting like a defense, like a barrier put up. There is a barrier that seems to be blocking the energy. There is something that feels like something is being put at a distance. Feels like it's distance in some way. There is some sort of distance going on. Okay, pretty girl. I feel like there's some sort of distance. I feel like there's a barrier being put up in some way, is what I'm getting here. A barrier of some sort. So there's still a lot to learn and discover about this relationship. There's still a lot to learn. So it feels very unknown. There's a very unknown energy going on with this relationship. It does feel like there's a lot to learn to discover. Now, I did get the Ace of Wands, which tells me about growth. It does feel like there is going to be an understanding, a possibility of development and growth. So it does feel like there are boundaries to the situation, very defensive energy. But I still feel like there's a lot to learn and discover about it. It feels very unknown. So there's a lot to develop and grow within the relationship. There is a lot of potential to have that sense of understanding about the relationships and what you want to do. So just be in the now. I'm getting very much about being in the now. This is just new beginnings. This feels like this is sort of just a sense of there's a lot still to learn, a lot still to discover, a lot still to grow. Super important here. Okay, there's still a lot to learn, a lot to discover, and I know there are some boundaries. So it does feel like there's a lack of, I want to say there's a lack of communication here. It's important that you communicate clearly. I am getting a sense of not being able, there does seem to be some sort of, yes, there's the passion. It does feel like there's a passion energy from it, but there's lots to move forward. There's a lot to communicate, a lot to share with your journey. So get to know each other. Yeah, so hopefully that helps you, pretty girl. So you will notice that I actually put the decks away as I go because I live, for those that don't know, if you're on Ko-Fi and you've donated or you've supported me or you're doing the for as little as $1 a month, you will actually see the progress that I've made in regards to my caravan and my annex. I actually do live tiny. I'm in a residential place, place. But yeah. Right. So, K. K, Svetlana, and Blessed One. Okay, so I've got K. So let me just change the captions to ending soon. Okay. Okay, K. Okay. I'm right, aren't I? Okay, then Svetlana, Blessed One. Oh, I missed June. Yep. Cool. Yeah. That's right. I know. Shopaholic and then Jane. Yep, that's right. Cool. Don't let me forget it. Don't let me miss. Svetlana, make sure you've read the disclaimer down below. You've read the description box down below because it does explain what type of questions I will and won't answer. And the reason is because my spirit guide or my energy won't allow me to intrude into other people's thoughts and ideas who are not present in the reading. Okay, so very important to make sure that you've read the description box down below. I struggle to intrude into someone else's thoughts and ideas if they're not present. Okay, I will not get a very clear message in regards to that. Just so that you guys know, it's just something I just cannot do. And I just, for some reason, my spirit guide will not allow me to intrude into someone who is not present, into their thoughts and ideas or their actions if they are not present. If you're doing a reading about someone who's not present, my spirit guide just won't let me intrude. And so I just... it becomes very muddled. Okay, so Kay, I'm doing the Mythic Goddess Tarot. That's the last deck I've got of Jane Wallace's. So what new changes are coming now that you're actually releasing people? So this is from the Mythic Goddess Tarot. This is Goddess's energy. So let's have a look. What new changes are coming? Whoa! Okay, 2 cards flew out there. Okay, interesting. Very much about with the Judgment card, or Rhiannon, it's all about your inner calling. Okay, it's all about you're being called to move in the right direction. You're resurrecting who you truly are. You're being able to sort of have the sense of rebirthing, the sense of moving into new directions. Super important. Okay, so very much sense of I do feel like you're resurrecting who you truly are. You're becoming who you're meant to be. You're following your true path. Super important here. Okay, it's all about the sense of you're being able to dream big. I think now that you're sort of, is what I'm getting here with the King of Cups, I get a sense of dreaming big. And even though it says the word kindness on the card, you are being kind to yourself. That you're certainly caring for yourself. When you release the people that you're letting go, it allows you to be much kinder to yourself. But it also allows you to dream big, to think about where you want to be emotionally. I think it allows you to sort of think about where you actually want to be. And the reason why I say thinking, again, we get that king energy. So king to me is very much about the air. It's very much about your thoughts and ideas, your intellect, your planning, all those sort of things as well, being a king. And then you take the cups as about your emotions. So you're thinking about the sense of your thinking about your emotions and what's important to you, your sense of your dreams of where you want to actually be. It does feel emotionally that you're moving in the right direction. You're resurrecting who you truly are. You're connecting to your true self, Kay. Super important here. So that's your changes. I feel like now that you're actually releasing people, you're feeling like you're becoming true to yourself. You're becoming your true self. You're able to be in the direction that you want to go in. Super important there. Okay. So interesting. Okay, so now you've got Svetlana. Yes, your reassurance between. Okay, so what's the connection? What's going on? The reassurance of the connection between you and the Sagittarius. Okay, so let's have a look here. I'm actually going to use the deck of heroes in regards to this. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's have a look. Reassurance between you guys. So what's the connection between you guys? Where are you going? And now remember, when we're doing a reading with the cards, we may not always get what we want. We get the message that we need right at this moment to deal with whatever we're dealing with that's important. So I just want to make sure that you guys are aware that when I do these readings, that you get the message that you need, not necessarily that you want. Okay, because it's what's important in this moment. Okay, so what's the connection between you and the Sagittarius? What do you need to know about it? What's important for you in regards to this connection? Svetlana, let's have a look. What's important? Read this connection. Okay. What's important for you? Okay. It's interesting because you get 10 of Pentacles, should I say. 10 of Pentacles, which talks about wealth and abundance. Okay. So you definitely getting that wealth and that abundance in regards. It feels like everything's sort of will come together. And it's interesting because you get the Knight of Cups, which is very much about that. I'm getting the words romance. It feels like that there is that movement towards love. There is that romance going on there. There is that movement. It is that wealth and abundance. So there is very, very positive energy. And like I say, you never know what you're actually going to get with the cards, what they're going to tell you or anything like that, or what message we're going to get. But with these very, very positive energy, it feels like there's a wealth and an abundance coming on with this relationship, with this connection. There is a romance to it. So it is a very positive energy in the moment. Remember, this is what's very much coming in to the relationship, the connection between you guys right now. And remember, things are always fluid, but it does talk about being a very positive energy, a very wealth. It does feel like there is that sense of there's many paths to this relationship. There might be many emotions that you're going through. I'm getting a very strong tree of life, very much Kabbalah energy with this in regards to the steps that you go through with this relationship is going to be, there's going to be many different paths that you take within this relationship. It's going to be a very wiggly path. It may not be very straight. It's not a straight path, put it that way. It's not a straight path. There's many pathways within this relationship. And so it feels like there'll be many stops on the way, many changes, many transformations. There's a lot of stuff going on, but there is overall a very wealth of activity within this relationship. And we do get that love, that romance coming in. Okay. So there's a lot going on with that relationship. When I get the 10 of Pentacles, I do get the sense of, and it's unusual for me to do this. I don't normally think about the Kabbalah in regards to the reading, but I did get very strong that there will be many pathways that you travel within this relationship. But overall, it feels very positive. Okay, so, whoa. What's next? Right. Shopaholic. So have I got Shopaholic's question? Oh, blessed one. Sorry, blessed one. I missed your question. Blessed one. Right, your question. I did see that you had typed it up here somewhere. Oh, I nearly missed your question. Sorry about that, blessed one. And so I need Shopaholic and then Jean. So Shopaholic I'm waiting for. So I don't know about Shopaholic. Oh, yep. Please type your question in, please. Yep. I need your question. Thank you, Shopaholic. I need your question before I do while I'm doing this one here. Right. So what am I getting? Can I have a general read on guidance and what to do? It's kind of interesting. No. Okay. I'm going this one. A little bit. Do not want to drop everything. Right. I'm going to do the Gilded Tarot Royale by Cherry Machete. Right. Brilliant. You mods are brilliant today. I appreciate you all, and I appreciate those that have come in and supported the channel. Now, don't forget, if you have donated or supported me on Ko-Fi, you will see the development of my space. You will see the development of the annex of all the new things that I got. Oh, that's all right. That's cool. Yeah, I'm just thinking about my daughter and grandson. I do have a few things that I need to do to get ready. My grandson's coming, so I've got some crayons and a scrapbook for him to draw in. A book for him to draw in. So, God, he'll be 2 this year. Right. Blessed One, what's your read on your guidance and what you have to do? Right. Now, it's interesting because 2 cards fell on the ground and 2 cards, Blessed One, flipped over. So the cards that fell on the ground talk about things being turned upside down, and I feel like it could be about your past. Oh, he's not quite 2, Caitlin. He's not quite 2. He's 2 in November. And he's beautiful. He's a water baby. There's no water today because it's not hot. It's not hot. Right. So, Blessed One, I do feel like you've been going through a bit of a shake-up. Like your world's been a bit of a bit wobbly. It does feel like things are being shaken up. And it has been about feeling very chained to the past. But I got it reversed. So I get that sense that you've broken free from a lot of the chains and things. I think you've made some real changes from this. I want to say you've made some real changes in regards to this wobbliness, this sense of shakiness and stuff going on. So it's very much about that sense of being very aware of how much you're giving away of yourself. I want to say be very aware of how much you're giving away from yourself. Yeah. Making sure you stay in harmony with yourself is going to be very important. Be very aware of how much you're opening up your heart. Okay. I think you need to sort of protect. I'm getting a sense of needing to protect yourself here. And then I've got the Ace of Pentacles, which tells me that things are going to improve. Okay. Things are going to change. Okay. So what you need to do is make sure that you stay in harmony with yourself in regards to your well-being. So there's a lot of stuff that you need to sort of let go of. Stop. Pull your heart back a little bit. I want to say pull your heart in a little bit. Don't give so much of yourself away, Blessed One. I think there's a chance for you just to sort of remove yourself from that situation. Remove yourself from those people that are around you that are attacking you right now. I think there's a sense of blocking them, disconnecting from them, which is super important, and allow yourself to know that things will improve. It does tell me that things will improve. Okay, so I'm getting that sense, Blessed One, to disconnect. I want to say disconnect from the past by being very aware of how much you're giving away of yourself, which is super important here. So, yes, Blessed One, to really make sure here, be very aware of how much you're giving away of yourself, because I do feel as though things are being quite... Hi, Reiki B, how are you? Oh, you've been playing me in the background as I clean the house and get ready for your mum's visit. Oh, cool. Cool, Reiki B. Okay. I am getting that the sensible things will improve. I do feel like you're going to be given the opportunity with the Six of Pentacles here. You get that sense of being offered. I do feel like someone's going to offer you some charity. I am getting that sense of someone offering you something. Yeah. I do feel like someone's going to offer you an alternative. I do get that sense of someone offering you charity. Someone is going to offer you something. So super important there, blessed one. I do feel like someone's going to offer you something. So be open to that. Be open to someone offering you something. Be open to the charity. And that's where things are going to improve. Okay, blessed one. I do feel like, yes, things are being difficult. Things are being challenging. But things will improve and that you will be offered something new. And I get that with the six of Pentacles. Okay, I do feel like you're going to be offered something new. Right, so I am on the last few. Now, the week my grandson was born, my mother passed. So it's a bit of a challenging week, the week we have of my grandson's birthday, and we have the passing of my mother at the same time. So that was definitely challenging. That was the end of November. I don't know yet, Caitlin. I'm not yet thought about it, to be honest. I've got too much other stuff going on at the moment. Okay, so I'm up to, let's have a look. Where am I looking at here? Thanks, guys. I'm still... Right, let's have a look. Where am I up to? Let me try and think where I'm at. I've lost my train of thought now. Right, shopaholic. Then Jean. And then I've got to think about getting ready for my daughter. Make sure the kettle's sorted. Oh, okay, Caitlin. Might be best to do it. Yeah, I just haven't been. I've just had so much going on. Shopaholic. Yes, I've got your question. What should I look forward to in the next 3 months? Oh, good question. Oh, that's interesting. I got Tarot of the Divine. Oh, perfect. I love this deck. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Right. So, yeah, Caitlin, I can't think about it right now. I'll think about it afterwards. What should I look forward to in these next 3 months? Let's have a look. What do you need to look forward to in the next 3 months? Just take a breath. What should I look forward to in the next 3 months? Right. What does Shopaholic need to look forward to in the next 3 months? What's happening in the next 3 months that Shopaholic needs to be aware of? Okay, your 2 cards are, what have I got? Oh, there could be some real challenges here. And the reason why I say that is because I've got the King of Swords. The King of Swords tells us that you've got to do a lot of thinking. There's a lot of analyzing to do. Okay, over the next few months. It's very much about what's keeping you chained to the situation. I think there's a lot of soul searching going on here, Shopaholic, for you. I feel like you've got a lot of giving yourself the permission. I want to say liberty here. I'm getting about liberty, a lot about freedom, a sense of breaking free of any restrictions here. So I think there's a really important for you to be able to think about things, analyze where you are in your life, and being able to really enable you to focus on giving yourself permission, giving yourself freedom to break free from the chains that restrict you to whatever's going on for you right now. Okay, so I think there's a lot of soul searching going on. I feel like you're doing a lot of thinking about where you are and what's going on for you. Okay, so I think there's a lot of soul searching before you can really move on. You've got to really break free from the restrictions, the limitations that you place upon yourself. You have to become limitless, is what I'm getting here. The sense of being able to say, I am limitless. I am who I am. I am love. I am freedom. I am liberation. Shopaholic. I am who I am. I am love. I am freedom. I am liberation. And being able to say that with such conviction that you are limitless is so important for you right now, Shopaholic, because I feel like you've felt like you have been boxed, I want to say boxed in, caged, chained to whatever's going on for you right now. And so it's very important for you to be able to move, to be able to have that sense of being free. Super important. Giving yourself permission that it's okay to do what you need to do for you. And I think you struggle with that, Shopaholic. That's something you really, really struggle with within yourself. So Kali is very much about the destruction, but also the creator. So being able to destroy, break free from the chains, enables you to move forward. I am who I am. I am love. I am freedom. I am liberation. Now, this comes to me very, very strongly when I was doing a meditation with an angel intuitive course that I was doing. Archangel Michael came through very, very strongly and said these words. And so it came through again very, very strongly right now for you to be able to give yourself permission to remove any attachments that are holding you back. To break free, liberation, break the chains, cast away all burdens. Yes, very much so, Susie. So yes, Kali, the Hindu goddess of destruction, of destroyer, of creation in a way. She destroys to be able to create. That sense of, because she can also be called as Kali Ma. She has different personalities, if you like. So Archangel Michael, an array of breaking free of all the restrictions, breaking the attachments, removing the attachments. The sense is very much so here. The chain, breaking the chain, super important here. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Right. So Jean is the last reading here, unless any donation clips through. So Jean is the last one here, and then I will do a donation if there's any donations clipped through. So if any donations come through, if anyone wants any more information from their reading that I've got. So thank you, Reiki B, for that. Thanks, guys, for all your support, all your love. I understand, yeah. So my focus at the moment is just to finish off Jean's reading. So, Jean, what was your question? I'm sure I saw your question here, Jean. Oh, my stomach's jumbling. Sorry, I hope you guys didn't hear that. My stomach rumbled. I think I'm getting hungry for lunch, even though it's only 10 to 11 here. Yeah, I started a little bit earlier. I started an extra 15 minutes early so that I could have this time on here. So what's your direction and your connection? So I'm just sort of checking to make sure that my daughter hasn't messaged me on Facebook, as she does, to say, Mom, I'm on my way out. Open the gate. No, not yet. I never know sure when she's... I put some money in her account to buy some biscuits. So, right, any donations that clip through, we've got another 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes, mods. 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes, and then I'm definitely going to be closing up or so. Right, so what have I got? What's the last question? What direction is my connection with Virgo going? So what's going on with your Virgo? Oh, okay. It's kind of interesting. Why Tarot stands out really strongly today. I've got Tarot Decorative. It's very French. This I have to watch because my French kicks in, so I just need to speak in English. So excuse my accent if it comes out with this deck. I don't know why, but for some reason, whenever I read with this deck, I get a very French energy coming in. So if my voice changes, I don't know why, with Tarot Decorative, it doesn't. Whoa, Jane, these cards flipped. Okay. With the Magdalene. Could be. Very much so. Okay, so what direction is my connection with Virgo going? Okay, Sanctinier. Okay, so I get a sense of interesting with that being led out of the cold. It feels like you're being led into the warmth. I do feel like there is that sense of being led into the warmth. Don't know why I said that. Being led. I get a very sort of, it's interesting because I get a very sort of, I want to say a very sort of, very cold energy, but warming up. Like 1 minute things feel very, very cold, and then all of a sudden they're starting to warm up. That's interesting. And here we get the 4 of coins. So I feel like something's being put, I actually get the sense of something's being put aside for further on. I feel like something's being put aside. So in regards to the connection, it's on pause. It feels like a pausing energy, like you're being led out of the cold. A very sort of, I want to say like a peasant being led out of the, like being very cold, being very frozen, but then warmed up, and then suddenly it stops. Like there's a warm, and then it stops. There's a warming energy, but it stops. There's like a pause for a minute. And a Valentine de Pierre, I mean the page, I have to think of this, Page of Swords. Okay, so the Page of Swords reversed is that sense of there's some things that are not being faced. He can be critical. Virgo can be critical. So hang in there, usually. Yeah, I get a sense of there's some stuff that he's not facing as well. Like there's some truths that are not being faced or not being looked at. There's some truths that are not being looked at here. And so we get the L'Impératrice, the Empress, where you get that sense of giving birth to something new. So let me have a look at this together. So I get the sense of being led. I still get the sense of being cold, but starting to warm up and suddenly frozen. Like there's a stop. energy. Like he's holding on to something. I feel like he's holding on to something and he's not being able to face the truth of what's actually going on. So there are some ideas or some plans or something not being faced. But for some reason, it gives you the sense of you nurturing yourself, giving birth to you, taking care of you. Okay, so I do get that sense of you actually needing to take care of yourself, giving birth to who you are in many ways, and giving birth to your sense of nourishing your soul, nourishing you. So I do think it's giving you the chance to you to actually take care of yourself. I do feel there's some stuff that he's not ready to face. He's not ready to look at the truth of the situation, the facts. Yeah. Okay, so that's where that is. So I do think it's giving you a chance to really sort of take care of you. I do feel like it's giving you the chance to give birth to yourself in a way. I don't know where that came from. Jean, I'm getting a sense of you giving birth to yourself is what I want to say here, is what I'm getting. It's such a weird energy here with this Empress. I'm getting this sense of you. It's like you're giving birth to who you truly are. You're starting to understand what you want to grow and develop in your life, what you want to grow in your own journey. So I do feel like there's a lot of stuff he's still not facing. There's a lot of stuff that he's not looking at in the situation. But it does give you the chance for you to give birth to what you want out of life, what you want to create. It does give you the chance, give birth to what you want in the life, what you want to do. I do feel like there's a light for you at the end of the tunnel. And it may not include him, because it does give you a chance to look at what you want to deal with. Yep, Jane, definitely. Ace of Cups. Oh, my stomach. Ace of Cups. So it does give you a chance to sort of have a new beginning. It does talk about a new love. Open your heart to new possibilities. It does give you that possibility of something new emotionally coming into your life. Could be a new start. So there's some things to think about what you want to do, Jane. Like totally up to you what you want to do. So you've got to decide for yourself, what do you want to give birth to? What do you want to give your heart to? Who do you want to give your heart to? I think that's really important here. So there's some real things to think about. Because I do feel like he's like warming up, cold, not ready to face some stuff going on, but it does give you the chance to give birth to something new. I do feel like it's giving you birth to something new. Oh. You are, and I'm getting a very strong indigestion, rich. I'm getting a lot of rich meat. Who eats rich meat? And Jane, I'm getting, I don't know if it's very connected to you or not, but I'm getting someone who eats very richly. Oh, someone who eats very rich sauces and I don't know, if someone who talks with their hands, someone who's very rich, who ate very rich foods, talks with their hand. with their hands. And this is kind of weird. I'm sort of getting a very Italian energy. You love meat. But it's about very rich sources. Someone who speaks very clearly with their hands. And I'm getting a very strong, I don't know why, I've got a very strong Italian energy. I feel like it's very Latina, very Latino, very Italian, or Roma, sort of very Italian. Now, I don't know if you've got someone in your family, Jean. Could be someone who's passed over. Could be someone who's passed over. And not recently. Feels very, definitely not you. No. In particular. I feel like no. It feels like it's someone who's passed. Very ancestral. I don't know if it's an ancestral energy. Oh, you eating cookies? I don't know if you've got maybe you've got an Italian guide. No. It's not him. I feel like it's someone who's passed. Someone who's passed over. I'm just getting a very strong. So I just keep getting like buongiorno sort of energy. I don't even speak Italian. Non parlo italiano. I don't speak Italian. But I'm getting that sense of buongiorno, grazie sort of energy. I don't know why. No idea. No idea. But I'm getting a very sort of. No, I feel like it's someone that's passed. Oh! An Italian neighbor as a child. Maybe it's. I feel like they're guiding you in some way. Okay. Could be your Italian neighbor because Italian really came. And you had an Italian neighbor as a child? Or you had Hungarian and German? No, it's definitely not German because I speak German. Ich spreche etwas Deutsch. Wenn Sie Deutsch gesprochen, ich verstehe, was Sie sagen. No, nein. No, not German. I don't speak Hungarian though, but it definitely feels Italian. But she loved. Oh, okay. You're. No, it's definitely Italian. Okay, and she loved you dearly. So maybe she's with you right now. I just get that sense of just being with you, just hugging you, just being there. So yeah, just being there. So Italian came through very, very strongly, and I had no idea why. And it must be the neighbor that came through. Just that's it. Just hugs and there. That's it. Danke, danke, Rekebi. Rekebi. Danke, danke. Dankeschön. Wann ich in Saudi-Arabien gewohnt. Ein deutsches Kampf. Okay, so getting back to the Italian neighbor, that's all I got is that love. That's what I think. It was just that guide that's with just with you. I get that sense of eating very rich Italian food, very rich foods, a lot of rich sauces, speaking with the hands and the love. I know you can't see me, so maybe I should show you. 1 minute, guys, I'm just going to show you. Just let me just move up a bit. So what I got, meine Mutter ist Deutsch. Oh, dank. Oh, wow, das ist gut, ne? So, Jean, what I got was this. Let me show you. Okay, let me just fix up my hair here. I got this sense of, buongiorno, this whole energy. So, Jean, I got the sense of her just going, buongiorno, and just this whole hands waving around and just this whole energy and just, oh my God, I'm such a mess. And so, yeah. So, Jean, I think that's what I sort of got. The neighbor wasn't like that. I just got this whole energy. Well, I don't know. Maybe maybe they were not necessarily like that, but that's what I got to sort of say that they were Italian, to give them a sense of who they were. They didn't use their hands, neither of the Italians. I don't know, but that's what I got. I got the sense of hands being used, maybe to each other. Maybe it was just to show me who they were in a bit of a clearer sense. Maybe Reiki B. Maybe Reiki B. So anyway, I don't know. That's what I got. So I'm just about finishing up. Last 2 minutes. 2 minutes and I'm finishing up. Last one. So that's it. I'm going to get going in a minute. So yeah, I think that's about it. Sorry, Jane, it's just what I got. So yeah. In New Zealand, it's 9 minutes past 11. 9 minutes past 11 in the morning on a Friday morning. In New Zealand, it is. So yeah, I'm a bit of a mess. Oh, you can sneaky see my caravan. I'm now showing you a little bit of space. Okay, so guys, I'm going to show you something. You guys that have stayed right to the end of the chat, let me show you something. Are you ready? Let me show you something. You get to see. Oh, thanks, Susie. Appreciate that. So you can see above my ceiling what I did. And then the new poster. And then you got my wolves behind. So you guys get to sneaky look. Now, if you'd been on Ko-Fi, you would have already seen it. Yeah. So, and then, let me just move this here. So you can see the curtains. Oh, that's the curtain. But I got a double curtain. See? So I got my wolves between my bed, so you can't see my bedroom. So that's my caravan. So there you go. Should I finish out with, let's do Lisa, let's do a, okay, now that you've seen all my caravan, let me just get back down to here, New Zealand. Yep. Thank you. Thanks, Jean, muchly appreciated. Right, let's do a, okay, a collective cards for the read, a collective cards. Oops, that sounds like it could be my daughter. 1 minute, guys. Hey, Tish. Yes, I will. I will just say goodbye to everybody and I will be right there. Okay, I'm coming out to open up in about 2 seconds. Okay, see ya. Okay, that's my daughter. So very quickly, the last one is about the universe, opening up divine energy, allowing the universe to help and guide you. So open yourself up, and music. Get creative in what you want. So allow that energy to come through. Okay, so guys, I've got to go. My daughter's here with my grandson, so I'll talk to you all later. Bye.